What's up, guys? What's up, Griffin? How's it going, John? That really sucks. Put my flower horn down yesterday. But he was 9 years old. All the meds helped, but he stopped eating 3 weeks ago. That sucks. Yeah, that does suck. How's everyone going? How's it going, Griffin? What are you up to? Hey, Alex, how's it going? William, how you doing? Big Tank Hank, how's it going? How's it going? Mismatched socks. Hey, Pond and More, how you doing? Griffin says chilling like a villain. Sounds good. Sounds good. Ooh, I'm also doing water changes. Nice, nice, nice. What's up, Fisherman Fever? How you doing? How's it going, bro? Alex is getting ready to go to the gym. Thought I'd stop in and say, hey, how's it going? Well, thanks. Gonna go get pumped up. Or are you doing some more of your isn't it Muay Thai that you do? Or are you taking your MMA classes yet? Or your jiu-jitsu? I remember you talking about that. Hey, Chevy Fish, how's it going? A fish with a YouTube channel. How you doing? So yeah, just I already started the one of the water change Muay Thai. Yeah, I need to start some MMA though. LOL. Yeah, I remember you talking about it. So I was wondering if you started doing that yet. I know you study Muay Thai, but it's awesome. How's it going, Tampa Tom? Oh, I'm good. YouTube fish with the YouTube channel. Going to get up into the 60s by the weekend. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be 85 degrees today. It's nice and warm right now. Um, and Chevy Fish, I'm gonna be. You asked for like a day warning or two, so day warning. I'll probably be mailing out your fish tomorrow. Hopefully, if everything works out right, within the next couple days, I am going to be mailing them out. And that goes for anybody playing back that won on my giveaway. I'm going to the post office today to get the boxes, and I will be doing some. Some will be getting sent out today, and then some will be probably getting sent out tomorrow, probably. Yeah, that's good if it's going to be by in the 60s this weekend. No problem whenever you get to it. Yeah, I'm actually going to be doing some things. I was hoping Danikin would pop in because I wanted his opinion on moving a fish or two, even though I know that theoretically it should go right. But he has a lot of experience with the pollen eye slash blinker eye, or the blinker eye slash pollen eye, however it is. But because I was thinking about moving the bigger one and my Beischer into the 120 temporarily, and then I was actually, and it's funny because it's about the Chevy fish. We're talking about your fish and everything. I was going to empty out that tub with all my koi swordtails and put them in there, and that way I could see them because they are really beautiful fish, and they'll breed a little bit more in here because it's a little bit more warmer, and then put them back outside during the summertime, or at least the main ones to get more fry. That's what's going on in my head. So I don't know if I'm going to move. I got to move. If I'm going to do that, I got to move the Paulini and the Beischer because I just got a Paulini and a Beischer in the 50-gallon. I just don't know how much it would disturb my 120. I mean, I could set up this 29-gallon I got sitting here right there, bring them inside, and leave things as is. Might do that too. And leave the Paulini and the Beischer where they're at. How's it going, Muppet? See, I'm missing anybody. Chevy Fish is just saying hi to everybody. Cool, cool. Yeah, I got some cool baby fish that are still. They're I guess you would call it a hybrid. It's a Jack Dempsey's, but one's a pink, or the male was a pink Jack Dempsey, and the female was a regular Jack Dempsey. I got a whole bunch of their fry. I'm hoping they grow out to something cool. I don't know if they'll have like the electric blue Jack Dempsey genes in them, but I know that they get that from the mixing it with the white, pink, or what you call the gold in the middle of draining the 120 125 watching. Hey, that's funny. We're doing the same thing. See? Same thing. And the siphon's in. The 120. Yep. If anybody that I know, my friends want to hop up. Like, I don't know what you're doing, Griffin. If you want to come hang out, come hang out. There he is.
Talk about me again. I see how you are.
Yep, I was talking about you. What are you up to?
Shit, not a whole lot. Just get around, start getting ready for work for too long.
Yeah. I ain't got to do that today, but
yeah,
tomorrow I do. I got to go early too because I got to go do a service before work. But the messed up thing is I got to go to work first, grab the guy's fish that he ordered in, then go all the way back to the service, which is kind of close to my house, do the service and drop his fish in, and then go to work. But I get paid for it all, so it's all good. But it's just a lot of driving.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, because the service is like 5 minutes away from my house. I got to drive like 25 minutes to go to my work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though because it's like this fish tank that I'm doing. It's like I escaped it and I'm picking out all the fish for it. I told the guy what fish to order and everything, so that's the fun part about it. So I enjoy that.
Yeah. Heck, that's like Finished up my last night. Trying to hit my 20-gallon tall for a 10-gallon tank.
What happened?
I'm trading him a 20-gallon tank for his 10-gallon. With some burp coming my way.
Nice.
Only thing he has for the tank is a tank. And he's getting a lid, light, heater, and a filter, and gravel.
So you're giving him the whole setup but you're getting just the tank?
There's going to be some coming my way. Well, he said he wanted a bigger tank from a 10-gallon. And I was like, man, I could use another 10-gallon. I don't really care for the 20-gallon talls. I really go 20-gallon longs. I was like, you just want to do this? He said, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Man. It's been a weird couple days. Weird week going on here.
Yeah.
Everything's been thrown all out of whack with my son. So yeah. So what Chevy said to John, I'm sorry to hear about your flower horn, my friend. That really sucks.
Yeah. I'm getting loud for a minute.
I had a very, very sad death recently. I haven't talked about it. I guess I'll talk about it now, but most of you guys know that I had that little that Oscar that was that dwarf Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away.
Dang.
Yep. So that's $1 per gallon's going on at Petco. Everybody, go check it out.
I'm gonna go snake every 20-gallon long they got.
I know. I'm gonna. I gotta get in probably next week. I'm gonna give my buddy probably $100 and have him get me a whole bunch of 10 gallons for because he gets a discount on top of the $10 per gallon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give him like $100 and have him get me like 10 of them.
Nice.
Just get a couple, just to add to the fish room.
Yeah. Couple. Helps.
Yeah, just 10 of them. Well, it'll help me bring in some of these fish from outside because I have 4 empty fish tanks here. I get me 10 tins, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 other 5 other 10-gallon tanks that I can redo and put, because I'm gonna start moving some stuff around again in the fish room. What's up, Aqua Balls?
Hey, George.
When is the sale? The sale's going on right now, Aqua Balls at Petco. $1 per gallon. Started yesterday. And it's only going to the 20. What do you say? The 29th?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only going to the 29th.
Feeder supply to theirs. That's when I'm going to grab my 75 gallons. Screw that half off when I go 45 minutes north to E-Town, or about an hour and a half.
Thanks for stopping.
An hour and a half north to E-Town, get a 75-gallon tank for $75, brand new.
Nice. How's it going, PB? How's it going? Kaler's Aquatic. Hi, Bob.
Bob followed me, by the
Chris from Multi-Tank Edition says he's got to go to work, but he's stopping by to hit that like button. Thank you very much, my friend. I'm just doing the usual water changes, and then I'm well, hey, Chris, are you still here for a second? No? Yes? Maybe? How did your pollen eye or your blinker eye do with your South Americans in a community tank? Because I know you had them in a community tank. if I'm not mistaken, right? Or you had one in a community South American tank. If he's not here, I'll message him and ask him. Wait for Danikin to ask too.
I ain't seen Danikin yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen Danikin stops in every now and then, you know, but I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to because I want to move my Beischer and my Paul and I to clear up a tank to move some fish inside. But at the same time, I was thinking I'm just going to slide this 29 gallon over there. That way, over in that area, I can link it into the air system, throw a sponge filter on it, and then just throw those fish over there. I think I might do that instead of moving the fish. What's up, Rockford? How's it going?
Hey, Rockford.
That's why I'm getting the 75 gallon. I have 25 PAL rewards. Oh, there you go. You use up there. Here's a good time for those PAL rewards.
Yeah. I don't go Petco, PetSmart.
I don't shop. I don't shop at Petco unless there's something I absolutely need and I can't get it at my work because I work at my LFS. So I pretty much
usually 9 times out of 10, I got like a 45-minute drive one way to Petco and PetSmart. I just order online.
Yeah, see, I got a PetSmart that's really close, but the other LFS is actually closer. And then Petco is right down the street from my work. You know, it's like the next major shopping center down the road, probably like a half mile down the street.
Slow to Alex.
All right, Alex, have a good one.
I ain't gonna go make a trip to Bowling Green just for one thing. Unless I go up there, do other stuff.
Yeah.
Bowling Green is that way for me. My pet store is an hour and a half that way.
It's an hour and a. You got it, man. I'm sorry. That sucks. Hour and a half.
That's where I got my Montessori Sotails at. I called the guy. I called the guy that day. I said, "You got any of the Montessori Sotails left?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Keep me 4 females and 2 males left out for me." He said, "Sounds good." I said, "I'm driving an hour and a half one way to pick them up." He said, "Will do." Sure enough, he had them pulled out for me.
Nice.
What I like about him, though, no, Bob, I don't go clubbing. One thing I like about him, though, is he quarantines his fish for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Hey, Chris.
The only good shop is 2 hours, 100 miles round trip, but the shop is super expensive, I'm guessing you're saying? 2 hours. I guess I'm spoiled here because I have a LFS that's like 5 minutes away. My work is 20 minutes away. I have a PetSmart that's about 3 minutes away. I have another Petco that's 20 minutes away. Well, there's like 3 Petcos here in Bakersfield and 2 PetSmarts. And they're all within 20, 30-minute driving. Some are closer. And then I got 2 LFS. We have a koi and a pond place. It's called Buck's Ponds. But that one's far. That one's actually about 30 to 40-minute drive from my house because it's like on borderline Bakersfield Taft area.
Yeah,
something like that, and then we have a couple local people that have like little backyard koi and cichlid farming type attempts, but it's really just a bunch of tanks in their garage and stuff like that.
Yeah, about like you.
To me, yet they are about 25 to 50% more money than they should. Yeah, you know, Rockford, I'm not just saying this because of it's where I work and everything, or where I work, but the other LFS, the one that's really close to me, their markup is it's because and I know why though, because they get their stuff shipped in. He doesn't go out. He doesn't do what my boss does. My boss drives to LA and picks up all the fish and drives it back. He goes out there twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week to LA himself.
Dang.
And this guy, the other guy, from what I understand, I could be wrong. He puts all his stuff in, so therefore his markup is 3 times more than say the other, And
Yeah.
to
What about?
it says, Big J, have you seen reels heard from? Actually, I have not. I actually called him last week and left a message because my work wants some of his fish, and he hasn't responded back to me. So no, I haven't. And now I will. I'll actually message him right now, Bob. See how he's doing.
Nope.
Now that you mentioned something, because it was kind of weird that he never got back to me, because usually when I call him and leave him a message, because we buy a lot of his blue-eyed lemon bristlenose plecos and his rainbows and his angels at my elephant where I work from him.
Yeah.
Well, I can hear it. Okay, let's see what else. Did I miss something? I see Rockford said something else to me. That's what they were. Mom and pop. Yep. All right, switching this. Be right back. Well,
All right.
I'm not going to do a water pinch on that one right now because I'm going to use that tank to set up my new tank when I bring in those fish. That's what I'm going to do. Just going to get some of that water, and then woohoo, yay. Thanks, Big. No problem, Bob. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I hear from him. One of the this way more than drive. Yeah, that's kind of like how it is here, Bob. Because I guess he's on one side and then one of the guys.
All right, Bob.
One of the LFS owners he's in it for the money, and the other and like I said, I'm not saying this because I work there, but my boss, he's in it. He's in it as a hobbyist. He almost got forced into opening up his business because he had a little breeding operation in his garage, and he kind of got set up into selling fish, and then he got in trouble, and they told him either go get a business license or pay this fine. So he did all that and opened up a store, and now he's doing it as a hobbyist and that aspect, and he figures he could get fish a lot cheaper and not have to pay just for a cardboard box by driving out to LA. There is some stuff that he does get shipped in. I mean, you can't get can't get it all, but especially with everything going on right now with this whole virus. Beforehand, he'd get anything and everything in one place out in LA. Griffin, that headpiece looks great.
Yeah.
So you gotta go work today?
Yep. All that fun stuff.
Sounds great. Hi, Fish Dreams. Oh man, really good to know. I need to work on getting a business license. Well, yeah. Technically, if the wrong person comes up, or like say for an example, Aquaball's the LFS, your LFS doesn't like the fact that you're selling fish out of your house, they could call somebody and send somebody in there. And if you do a transaction out of your garage without having that, you can get fined.
Dang.
There, I don't know, and it was because the way I don't know. I didn't look into it. That's what he was telling me.
Hey, Swampy.
But I guess that he was doing like big things with a lot of African cichlids. And how much were we talking about? The situation was over 3 angelfish. That's what got him having to go get the business license and all that stuff and open up the store. What's up, Swampy? How's it going? Yeah, it pretty much came from this one guy was upset and he was still in his business and whatever. So, and really he wasn't selling much. He was doing more of trading and doing stuff like that and giving people, here and there and doing this. And
Hey, Jesse.
yes, that's exactly what happened, Bob. He got mad. No, it was like $15. It was like $15. It literally, like, the dude, like, and the crazy thing is, he supposedly was giving him the fish. Like, here, just take him, because he was over there and he just wanted, and like, he only liked dealing with big numbers, and he didn't like when people came over just wanting like 3 fish, and the dude just wanted the 3 fish, and he said, you know what, just take them, and the dude was like, no, here's $15 and blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, he was served with some paperwork.
Dang.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know the whole layout, and I don't know how much money he was making and what he was doing. All I know is kind of like what Bob said, that somebody probably dropped the dime on him. He was set up. Yeah. And but the funny thing is it worked out to his benefit, because now he has a successful business out of it, and it's just growing right now, and it does better than the other place. No problem, Aqua Balls. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to plan something about that. Man, I know it's bad. Yeah. Yeah, because they're the ones that got him in trouble, from what I understand. I had a friend sell from his house. He had a business license. He has a business license. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go get mine.
It worked out to his benefit, because now he has a good store, and even his prices were better than the other place.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, he does it because he was a hobbyist at first. He was a breeder. He was big into the African and South Americans, and like he was just telling me the other day, like I was just thinking, this is the longest that I've ever had since I was like 15 years old, that I have not had an arowana of my own.
Huh.
Because he's always had like the fish store and all, but or not always had the fish store, but he's had a fish store and breeding all of his stuff. But always like in his house or in his main tank, he's always had an arowana of some sort. That's like his favorite fish.
Yeah.
Arowana and Fontosas are his favorite. He has a tattoo of a Fontosa.
Yeah.
But yeah. I just sell a little on Get Gills and normal and none local at my house.
Yeah.
I don't put people.
We're gonna hop off and get ready for work.
Right, Bob. It's like I don't anything locally I give away myself, or if I do sell, I sell to back to my work for store credit, and then for the most part, just gonna be. I don't. Yeah, I might do a little online store, but that's a whole different situation.
Yeah.
Like Get Gills. Get Gills is a whole different situation.
Yeah.
What's up,
I'll
Jesse?
talk to you later, Big J.
What's that?
Talk to you later. I'm gonna hop off and start getting ready for work.
All right, man. Have a good one. Thanks for coming up.
Nah, you're welcome. See y'all later.
Yep. Be good selfish because then I don't know if I could sell fish because then I would have to. Right? Hey, Gina, how's it going? All right, time to switch this tank over. If there's anybody else that wants to come hang out, of course, you got to know who you are and you got to been up before or have talked to me and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna switch these tanks real quick. Thank you. I got 21 people on here and 20 thumbs up. I appreciate it. Put this down so I can switch over. Gotta put this down to this little guy tank right here. Cool. It's rolling. It's one of those lower tanks on the ground, so it's a little bit. Got to make sure I get a good siphon going on. Hey, everyone's saying hi to Gina. Hey, you beautiful people. Did some major water changes and cleaning to both of my saltwater tanks the other day. Well, mainly to the one in here. I'm going to be doing some more videos and some upgrades to that one. The saltwater tank in the garage. I'm still debating on either seahorses or and like a couple of anemones and some different clownfish, like a whole bunch of different ones. But then then I'll end up setting up another tank and do seahorses eventually too. I want to get one of those 15 highs, those little show tanks. How's it going, Rockford?
No, same old, same old.
Yeah, I think that would be cool for a couple of those little dwarf seahorses. One of those little 15 or like a 30 cube, something like that. I don't know. I almost had a heart attack. One is on my flower horn. Holy crap!
Damn.
That's pretty high. 106 on his flower horn tank. Did you throw some ice cubes in there? Or was it just the thermostat broken? That happened once at work. I was at work and I was cleaning the tanks and put my hand into the discus tank, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's really hot!" So I went and grabbed the heat gun, and it said 100 degrees, and the heater was malfunctioning.
Am I the only one that still has an actual glass thermometer?
No, I have a whole bunch of those too.
Okay.
Just that's at work. At work, I have that's because we have so many tanks. We don't have thermometers on that. We just walk by and temp it with the temp gun.
Mine's illegal. They don't even sell my thermometer anymore
That's awesome.
because it's mercury.
Yeah, it was
But-
broken. It was only at 84. All right, good, good. Seahorses are labor and clean because they're because of the so much food and so much cleaning. Yeah, I think it would be fun though. Still,
I want to get one of those Tropic Marin fish tank thermometers that you can buy on Amazon every once in a while for $75.
I like the cheap little glass ones that float around in the tank or have the little suction cup. That's my favorite ones.
That's kind of what this is, but it's deep. It's longer. It's
Yeah.
maybe like 6 to 7 inches long,
Yeah,
and it breaks it off into like 61, 62, 63, 64. Every degree, and in between that, there's 4 hash marks. And it's an actual fish tank thermometer.
nice.
60 to 100 or something like that only.
That's crazy. What's up, Frank's Tanks? He said, "What's up? I'm down picking up a new semi truck tank. Nice.
I need to find someone with a semi truck
Yeah,
and befriend him.
I have a friend that's Frank. He's actually a local friend of mine too. He's gonna be one. I got to go over to his house here soon and do a video because he's going to be part of the my series, the Big J's Friends with Tanks.
Hmm.
But he's a guy I met at my job. He's a cool guy. Yeah, but he works with like big rigs and diesel trucks and fuel and gas and like he drives bombs. That's what he says. He drives what he does for a living is drives bombs because they're big diesel full of diesel fuel.
Those are actually quite safe.
Yeah,
Those tankers are actually safer than a gas tank in your car.
yeah, but still,
I've been told.
yeah. All right, what's up, dude? What do you need? Okay, you just standing here.
Yeah.
Okay, my son's just standing here looking at me, going,
He wants something.
"Are you on break or something?"
Yeah, I'm on the bridge.
All right.
I don't know, but I hope they do another stimulus because if they do, I'm getting a 500-gallon food-grade water tank.
I don't get a stimulus. Yeah, I don't get the stimulus package.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's not really my fault, but I owe child support,
Oh, I was gonna say, stop fucking working, you lazy ass.
right? But no.
Oops, sorry, don't ever use that word. My bad.
But no. Yeah, that and also like I didn't get none of that other stuff because I've been working and all that. Yeah. So I'm what do they call it? Essential, but not one of the main essential people. So I don't get
You're essential only when we want you to be essential, is what it is.
well because I work at a pet supply store.
Yeah.
So it's essential, but it doesn't get like yeah, it's cool. But and then like I said, I owe back child support. So the first settlement check that I mean I got one. I didn't see it.
I was able to fix my car. Well, part of it, at least. and then it broke again and again and then again.
Oh, okay. So Maine's Tails, Furs, and Fins said that they're postponing their stream tonight until next Monday. She says she needs some time. I need time to heal. Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. I noticed you're using StreamYard. If I wanted to open up my hard drive and share my screen, could I do that on StreamYards? Or is it only in the browser that you can share?
I'm not too sure how to do that. I know people have showed their screen before. There's a way to do it. I just don't know how.
Because I'm trying to set up a meeting on my other hobby instead of trying to work through email, actually get face to face in front of, on a stream and ask questions. And their biggest thing was whatever thing we use you'd have to be able to share what your screen is. So when we open up stuff to reference and say looking at a map, we can show the map.
Thanks, Wild Mod and Editing. Stop by, showing some love. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, if you have two screens. I think Swampy's answering you.
If you have two screens, so you'd have to have a dual screen setup. Well, that's kind of stupid though. Because you could always, how you can pull and drag it to the side and it takes up half the screen. I'll have to play around with it.
Here, Swampy's coming up. He might have some info for you.
What's up, Rockford?
Hey, what's up, Swampy?
You have to have two computer monitors in order to do it.
See, and that just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. That's the only way that I know that anybody can do it. I'm just trying to help you out.
I tried once already, and I waited like a good minute and a half, and it never showed up on YouTube. So I just said, "Screw it."
In other words, you need to have two monitors, one for yourself and one that you want to display whatever you're trying to display.
Or could it be two computers? Oh wait, no, it can't be two computers.
No, two monitors. One tower, two monitors.
I can do that.
See, that's all too fancy and high tech for me. I don't know all that stuff.
Well, all the video cards nowadays have multiple outputs.
Yeah, I know. I know all that, but I just I see everyone with the two monitors, and it's like I don't know.
It's honestly, it's the same as one nowadays. Back in the day, it was hard.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Sure, if I messed with it wouldn't be that bad, but I just haven't done it.
I plug my TV in every once in a while, and all it does is flash my screen.
A splitter.
Because the driver, it catches the driver, and then it displays it displays an exact copy of my desktop to the second screen. And then what I do is, like, if I'm watching a movie and working, I'll pull the movie over onto the TV and maximize it so it takes up the whole screen.
Gotcha. My husband has 6 monitors at his job. That's crazy.
Oh my God, 6?
I used to work at a place. I'm not saying, I guess I used to do loss prevention at Sears, and I used to have a board and with a controller, and I had access to 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 screens, and then I had like 6 little tiny ones that were all the motion sensors, all on a big board. But that's a whole different situation. I had a computer tower that ran all those. That was a tower that was bigger than me. It stood about 8 feet tall, and it was probably about 3 foot by 3 foot. A big.
It was a rack.
Tower.
That's what they call a rack.
Yeah, it was huge. It was a $2.5 million computer camera system.
Yep.
It was a CCTV camera system. It was one of the best, top of the line. Like, it was pretty cool with the cameras that we had. I was able to take, and if I could spin it around and zoom around. If somebody dropped a penny on the floor, I could zoom in and tell you what year that penny was.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they were very nice cameras. That's what I did. I did that for Sears at 6 years, where I was the undercover agent, where I watched cameras and then secretly shopped and busted people for shoplifting.
When I was 6 years old, I got kicked out of a J.C. Penney's for walking up to it was a pillar to support the ceiling, and it was glass all the way around. And I walked up to it, and I'm just looking at it, and I noticed it was hinges. So I opened it, and the dude was in there. They kicked me out.
Muppet sounds like a fun job. It was a very fun job. It was a very, very fun job. It was had its dangerous moments, but I enjoyed it a lot. Very much so. It was a nice adrenaline rush every day.
Big J, check your tanks. Just you've been talking for a while. I didn't want you overflowing.
Yeah, no, I'm good. No, I'm not. I'm still taking water out.
Oh, okay.
And I'm siphoning out of the 60 gallons, so it's got time. Yeah. I only got I got to do those ones. Fisher and Fever says, don't forget to hit that like.
I get a kick out of the people. Oh, yeah, I flooded my fish room again. I always kind of chuckle.
Chewy says, wow, bringing back memories. My girlfriend did that job in the 80s. That was a fun job doing loss prevention, especially when you're not like the loss prevention like a lot of people see at the doors at Walmart or Ross or stuff like that. Like, I was like dressed, looked like this, walking around. I had a car, or I had like clothes in my hand, or I was on my phone, looking like as my boss would say, I looked like his favorite dirt bag when I was walking around. Because I guess the tattoos helped.
Oh, tattoos? Oh, you're a criminal.
Yeah, it helps.
You're a dangerous person.
It helped me blend in. It did, though. It did, especially in the area where I live, or where it was at. Let's see. So, yeah. I'm going to set me up another tank and bring some of those fish from outside inside. Well, at least one tub. I'm going to take all those. I'm going to empty out the tub of the koi swordtails. I'm going to bring them inside so I can take a look at them, because I'm going to send out a couple. I got another friend that wants a couple. And I think it'd be cool to have inside. Thanks for the reminder, Fisher and Fever. Do you keep fish indoors or outdoors? Which is your favorite? Oh, talking to Wild Mods. I have one video. What do you say? I have one video or two videos of my fish. Be right back. Gotta run my heat up. I'm freezing. Oh, turn that heater up. It must be cold out there.
We had snow up here on Friday.
What's that?
It was something about snow.
Yeah, I heard snow.
Well, it snowed here. It snowed here the last time I was on your stream.
Yeah, I remember that. It was snowing.
And it was like big snow.
It's not. It's hot here. It's. I'm actually starting to stress out a little bit because I was looking at the forecast and not this week, but not this Monday and Tuesday, next Monday and Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. It's only supposed to be like 58 degrees in the high, and the low is supposed to be like 40 degrees here.
Ooh.
I'm
Send
hoping-
some of that my way.
I'm hoping that changes, or else I'm gonna be picking up a lot of tubs and throwing them in my garage.
That's normal here.
That's not normal here. That's cold. I'm gonna have to start a bonfire in my backyard. That's right now.
Yeah, that's right now where I am.
I'm gonna find mine. I'm gonna get mine real quick. It's not that warm yet here.
46.
We've had a couple frost warnings already. We've had the one snow batch.
Our first frost was weeks ago.
Yeah, same with ours.
See, that's what it is right now here.
Oh, quit your bitching.
See, and it's supposed to be.
He had to be.
Can you imagine Big J up in like Chicago or New York?
I would freeze. No,
He'd
that's
be
not.
in the corner of the room like this. Warm, safe
I like-
place.
I
Warm,
like
safe
the
place.
cold and everything. I grew up in Tahoe. Like my grandparents had a house in Tahoe, and I spent all my winters up there. Like when I was a kid. What's up, Danikin? You're finally here. I got a question to ask you.
What's up, Kenny?
Hey, Danikin.
I got a question. 82. John says it's 82. Yeah, it's supposed to be 84 today, low of 56. Danikin, how does your pollen eye / blinker eye, however you want to call it, do with South Americans? I'm thinking about putting my small one in temporarily. Well, you know my tanks. You know that my bigger pollen eye, I was going to throw them over into the 120 along with the Beischer to open up that tank, and that way I don't have to put a heater in that tank. I could just keep the heater in the 120 for right now. What do you think? I know theoretically it should work out, and it's only going to be temporarily, but it'll do fine. Yeah, that's what I thought. And the Beischer, it's just going to find a hole and hide, so I'm not worried about that. Beischers do good with all those guys. So, I mean, if it could live with that pollen eye by itself, it could handle another tank full with cichlids. Because I'm kind of trying to consolidate a little bit to bring in some of the fish from outside. Because if I did that, that'll open up a 50-gallon tank where I could throw a bunch of guppies in. Or maybe all the Mickey Mouse Molly. I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see. It'll do fine. Yeah. Switching tanks. Actually, yeah. Let's do this tank.
I don't know, but I'm waiting for like an airplane to crash in my house or something because I've had just way too good of luck in the past couple weeks.
You've had way too good of luck.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes good luck's not bad.
No, it scares me when I get too much of it, though.
Yeah. I get good luck for a while, and then it kind of just goes away. I don't have bad luck. I just don't have good luck. I
went to the food pantry today, and they were actually giving away milk that was brand spanking new.
Oh, Danikin's gonna have some Starry Night babies. So is that what we're gonna refer to them as? Just Starry Nights, not Blinker Eye or Pollen Eye? Or is that the ones that are the Starry Nights? He was all telling me last night that I should have been in his stream because um, Steven the biologist was in there and proven that the blinker eye is the species and the subspecies is the starry night and the pollen eye and all that stuff and which I like I told him before, I agree with him and all that, but all the scientists have changed it and changed all the all the subspecies into one category now, which is the pollen eye, and now that's what they're referring to them as in they all kept their other ones. I'm just going off of what in the fish hobby, and like when you order the fish, their category all under pollen eyes.
They got to stop changing scientific names.
What's that?
They have to stop changing scientific names.
Yeah, they changed they changed it within the last couple of years. What's up, Danikin?
Hey, Danikin.
Love it, buddy. This is some awesome stuff, man.
Yeah, that's awesome that you're getting that. I can't believe you're getting those guys to breed.
See the nest they made back
on
here?
the big screen?
Yep.
They're
That's
all
amazing.
flared up in their mating colors, dude. They're ready.
Oh, those are nice looking.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking. The pollen eye. That's a pollen eye, starry eye, blinker eye. His are starry.
Yeah.
Those ones are referred as the starry nights, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And those are African.
No, there
No.
are Madagascar
Okay.
cichlids.
They are Madagascar.
Ooh! Thanks, Chewy. Thanks, Chewy.
So you all done with your water changes already?
Oh no, I'm in the middle of it.
Yeah, I've got to start on this one more room and I'm done for the week.
Oh,
I went to the third interview today, so that went pretty good.
Starry nights are sweet looking. Yes, they are.
Yeah, that last night.
Like, I just read your comment. Thought that name we could agree on. Yeah, I like Starry Night. I like Starry Night. I can agree. I could live with that one. It is what it is. Yeah, I just like having fun with it. Dang, we had some people drop off. We're down to 13 people now.
Well, that ain't no good. I come up, they all left.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And I thought it was me that was going to scare people away.
Yep. Awesome.
Hey,
Yep.
Chris Jones, good to see you.
So you doing water changes, Danikin?
I'm going to be here in a little bit. I
Ah,
got the green room. That's it. Then I'm going to finally shoot that upper level fish room tour, finish my fish room tour of the place here and be done with that. And then move on to, I got one more place I need to go interview with later this afternoon.
that even Scott from King and Queen started it from Cares. Nice.
I'm lucky. My Monday water changes take about 20 minutes.
I wish.
All I got to do is two 20-gallon highs.
Nice.
I technically started like 5-10 minutes before the stream by putting the siphon in the 120, and I'm now down to siphoning out the 55, and then I got to still do the little tanks, which that doesn't take that long. Oh, Swampy jumped down, and then I still got to still got
75.
I'm an hour in.
Green room's an easy room, dude. It's 175, 255s. And then I think it's, what is it, a 36 bow front and like 6 or 7, 8, 20 gallons.
However, there is.
See, I heat all my tanks. I don't heat the room, so I can only do so many in a day.
Swampy said he had a phone call. That's why I jumped down. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do this for a second. I gotta find a bucket to use. Where's my bucket? Oh, it's right there.
Big J's a man without a bucket.
Oh, that's because he's got them all using them as ponds outside, probably.
Yeah, there are. I do have a couple left that I haven't filled yet.
So how many of those gouramis did you end up with, Big J, or paradise fish?
What's that?
How many of your paradise fish did you end up with? How many babies?
I've seen about 5 or 6 in total. But I don't know. I got to dismantle that. Or find, like, I don't know. I think there's a few in there, actually. Because when I feed, that water starts moving. But that water's so green, it's hard to tell.
So Chewy's asking you and I, do we know why it went from bleaker eye to pollen eye?
No, I do not know that. That's a good question.
Well, it sounds like Chewy should come up here and explain it to us.
Is it because where they're from?
He hasn't answered yet. Chewy.
I'm just imagining it's because they're all from the same area. But I don't know. I just know recently they recategorized them all as pollen ice.
I'm going to go down and get another count. I'm going to probably do a Madagascar now. I found some tombas or
Wait,
jambas.
hold on. He's in the background. He's hold on.
Oh, he's here, huh?
He's here.
Madagascar now. Nice. Tombas or jambas.
Hold on. He's in the background. Hold on.
Oh, he's here, huh?
He's here.
Madagascar now. Nice. Tombas or jambas.
Hold on. He's in the background. Hold on.
Oh, we got an echo.
Yes, I'm here.
What's up, Chewy?
And usually when a species has got two colorations, they get identified wrongly at times. And this is what happened with the bleaker eye and the pollen eye. The pollen eye was the first discovered. Whichever fish is the first discovered, the name goes under. So far, it was only based on coloration alone. It's like finches. It's like birds. Birds can have different colored feathers and still be the same species. It's just a population variance, which happens a lot in cichlids, especially Lake Malawi and Lake Tanganyika. And that's nice. We go through all of these variations of names. The only time that it has not ever been like that is if the fish has already been named something like that, and it's a mistake, which has happened with, believe it or not, Betta splendens. It was named something completely different when it first started, when it was first found.
Well, if there's one thing that me and Big J can agree on there, Chewy, is that don't care what they're called, they're a cool fish to keep, right, Big J?
Exactly.
And a fish talk that you should really hear is Dr. Paul Loisel, who gives an amazing talk. He was the last speaker that I got to see live in the 90s.
Yeah, my goal, Chewy, is to set up a Madagascar biotope eventually.
Same
Can
here.
you imagine how thrilled I was to get first place in our fish show with an angelfish and getting him to have
Nice.
the ribbon after I've read his books ever since I was a kid.
So one thing I have never gotten into is showing my fish. I'd be concerned about, taking one of my cichlids and stressing them out and taking them down to a place. And I'd be too afraid something would happen to them.
Well, cichlids are a little bit more temperamental, but it is done. It's just, they get used to being in shows, actually. It's
He's
just
finally-
knowing how to transport them. Because
Danny says hello, Chewy.
send fish all over the world to have them to go to shows. It's very common in the guppy community. Very common.
So you started to get cold up that way already?
Drops to freezing.
Yeah. It was 30, 35 or 36 here this morning.
Yeah.
That's too cold.
But yes, I've shown fish. I basically was an assistant for shows before and all of that sort of stuff. What gets me about shows is when I did it as a teenager, I was expected to work the whole long weekend. Back when Calgary had really big fish shows. Now it's nothing compared to what the hobby was. Like when I started in the Calgary Aquarium Society, they had 3,000 members. They're lucky now to have 10% of that.
So are these Palanai, Bleaker Eye, how many eggs do you think they'll lay?
I am very unfamiliar with all of the Madagascar cichlids. I know
I wonder if it's going to be
some of
similar
them,
to
but
Oscars
I've
or
never kept any of them. I've kept mostly Tanganyikan and Malawan and South America.
I keep those as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to be like mass producers like most South Americans, or are they going to be kind of like the Africans or the Tanganyikans where they only do 20.
I think due to the fact of rarity, you've answered your own question. I don't think that they spawn in the big numbers of, let's say, the Dovi and the bigger substrate spawners.
Yeah.
I almost hope they don't. I hope it's like 100 or less, really.
Because you don't see that many Cyphotilapia frontosa either. That's due to numbers.
Yes, that's true.
Whereas everybody's got a convict.
Yeah. Yeah, so, Very, very, yeah.
So that's what I think that it's due to.
I'm excited to
I
see.
don't know anybody that has actually spawned them successfully. I do know of a few people that have.
Well, I've had this female in a 30 forever. She got originally really destroyed by the original male I had her with. He was just a jerk. And I had this other male that I had been growing out. I put her in this 100-gallon with them. And they were only with each other for about a week. And they started nesting. And then this last night, they started really attacking everything in the tank. And she's been down there building the nest ever since. And he keeps going down and giving her.
The friendliest fish in the world. Anything with tilapia in its name tends to be very aggressive.
Yep.
Very aggressive. Like the zebra tilapia is like the king dog of Africa.
Yeah, like my butter kofi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big aggressive fish, right?
Yep. Because they're a tall.
Tilapia Mariae is another aggressive 12-inch type of fish that comes from there too, right? So I would
hope-
think that they're very aggressive in nature.
I hope that I can find this one a mate one day, but like I said, he's just so viciously mean. He's getting big now. He's almost 8 inches already.
They're a beautiful fish.
That's for sure. One of my hands down. They are stunning.
But he's in here with VC10s and Venustus, and he holds his own.
We're gonna see how well mine can hold his own with in my tank because I might move him. I don't know yet.
The only thing I'm going to say about that, Big J, I'd be more concerned about your South American.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's going in there. It would be going in there with like not the little South Americans. All my South Americans are the, because I got like the Buttercophii, the Festus, the Flower Horn, the Lion Eye, RTM. Looks like they're trying to breed. My Flower Horn and my Lion Eye are trying to breed again.
I've got a guy who wants to drop me off an 8-inch jaguar fish.
Ooh, I want it.
I'm just trying to debate. I mean, I can try him in the big tank with the Modas and the Oscars, but I think he would probably.
He's only 8 inches. He might get along for temporarily.
Yeah.
There are
I don't know how long.
other Madagascar cichlids that are very, very interesting as well. And I've only known of a few people that have had them as well. So, like there
I'm
are a lot
probably
of
going to go down to the wet spot later today, Chewy. They got the Dambas, I think they're called, or Tamba. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce the name, but they're
That's
those cool
where
ones with the
where I'm not wanting to make a mistake. We're talking about the same fish. There are other ones as well. Like when I went to see Dr. Paul Loisel talk, he had a whole slideshow of the fish from Madagascar and fauna from Madagascar and the causes of what the issues are down there. A lot of deforestation has caused a lot of habitat destruction. That's how come our lemurs are endangered. From
What's
Ohio.
going on, Kevin?
And cichlids out of the Congo you hardly ever see in the hobby as well.
Uh-oh. Did I do that?
What'd you do? Knock Chewy off?
I'm back.
I hit the wrong button. I went to move the screen and I don't know what happened.
Oh, you in top off mode now?
By the way, you can tell Danny that there is out on Facebook. You have to look for Davio, or I'll send you the link. You have to look for Davio Philippine Guppy Association. They're having their show on the 6th through the 8th of November. And there you can see a lot of the top Philippine and other Asian guppy people's fish.
Yeah, she's totally geeked out by the guppies right now.
That's my fish. That's the first fish that everybody has to have in a fish room.
I've never had guppies.
It was the first fish I ever started out with.
Mine was Molly's.
Both have got interesting studies behind them.
I tell you, John, they're great fish. Definitely would recommend them.
What, guppies?
No, John was saying that he's got a chance to get 4 of our Starry Night cichlids from the Cichlid Shack.
Oh,
I
dude.
thought we were talking about guppies. My bad. I was looking something up.
You got a chance to get a pollen eye, a blinker eye, a starry night. Do it.
Galaxy cichlid.
Galaxy cichlid, same thing. It's all a Madagascar cichlid. Let's just do that. How about we just call it that?
Well, because there's like a ton of Madagascar cichlids, man.
That's true too.
But
The
it's
black
sort of like calling everything an African cichlid. Like, as soon as people say African, 90% of the people will think of Lake Malawi or Tanganyika
yes.
rather than thinking of the Congo or Madagascar or the Nile River.
The other thing they always categorize African cichlids as is super aggressive. They're not all super aggressive.
Not
No,
all.
they're not.
Well, there's
And
also
some of the smaller ones tend to be more aggressive than some of the bigger ones.
Exactly.
I've seen my male Aratus beat on a big hap. Just absolutely beat on it.
I've seen it happen all the time.
The Aratus are just the Aratus are just they come at them and they're nonstop. They won't leave them alone.
Nope.
They'll just keep going and going and going, and they finally wear them down.
Danikin, Chewy, both of you might be able. Where does the red jewel cichlid come from?
what's that?
There's a riverine cichlid around Nigeria mostly.
Where was it? Say that again.
Nigeria, it's from Nigeria.
It's from Nigeria.
The hemichromis is from Nigeria, the Congo River system, that area, or smaller rivers in that area.
Now, is there subspecies to that species?
Yes.
Oh, yes. There's lots of
There is
related to the jewel cichlid.
There is a larger subspecies, correct?
There is a larger species. There's a few larger species.
Okay, because a long time ago, because I got confused for a while because a long time ago when I first started keeping fish, I got a red jewel cichlid that ended up getting to be 12 inches.
These ones are Turkani jewels.
And I didn't know. And then now that I'm further into the hobby, I always see the red jewel cichlids that stay small, like what Danikin is showing us now.
Well, Big J, you have Bimaculatus, which has 3 dots. You have Liphalili, which only has 2 dots. It's missing the tail dot. And then you have, I don't even know how to say it, Guttatus.
Then you have these guys, Big J.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those might be what you had, the big one.
I might have had those.
Yeah,
I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but it confused me a long time ago. I've been doing some research, but I didn't do too much, but all right, cool. Thanks.
I have the peach colored jewel, the peach color.
They're from Nigeria. All right.
Yeah, and they're mean.
Oh yeah, they're mean.
You should see my tank downstairs when I go to feed. It's literally you got to throw the food in and close the lid real quick. Otherwise, you're getting wet.
And when people think of Lamprologus, they automatically think of, again, Lake Tanganyika. But there's quite a few species of Lamprologus that are endemic to the Congo River. Completely different water source. West Africa is like soft water. East Africa is like hard water. And it's due to the hard water that we see mostly Tanganyika, Lake Victoria, the Rift Valley cichlids.
So wait, the jewel cichlid would be a soft water fish then?
More softer than a hard.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
That's
They seem to love my water.
They adapt well to various different types of waters. So has angelfish.
Yeah, it's
Same thing with the Splendens, right, Joey?
Occurrence over time period too.
I
Same
have
thing
maybe.
with
Go ahead.
Same thing with the Splendens, Chewy.
Have I heard of Omega splendens?
Yeah, I said the the Splendens are softer water as well, are they not?
Amica is from, like the live bearer is from Mexico, which is rather hard.
No, these are from Africa. I'll show you.
Oh, okay. Okay, show me the fish.
I want to say hello, Chewy. This is the first stream I'm on with you. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Rockford.
Let's see, where has she put them this time?
Chat. Sorry, everyone. If anybody's, it looks like everyone's just saying hello. All right, cool.
I still have like 20 jewels I'm trying to get rid of.
They're a lot easier than convicts.
Right?
No, they're not. Not at the size these are.
It's funny though because we sell more convicts at my store than we got a whole tank full of jewels that we haven't been selling. No one wants no more.
Yeah, I wanted Litholiles. But I
Ah,
bought,
those, yes, those are a softer water species. Yes.
but they ended up sending me Bimaculatus and this I'm assuming this whatever I don't even know how to say it, this Guttatus.
Where did they go now? There's one. Can you
Yeah.
see that, Chewy?
Yeah, those are a softer water species too.
Those are cool little guys.
Yeah.
We've got a total of 8 pairs of them now.
What are those?
I want to say Neochromis splendens or something like that. Danny,
Okay.
don't have my cheat sheet here, man.
Yeah, your cheat sheet's not written on the tank, huh?
Yeah, she's screwing me up. I think she might have it on this one over here, maybe. No, she's got me all screwed up, guys. She don't got none of my little cheat sheets on here.
She's messing with you now.
I want to
That's
say
why I take
Nemochromis splendens or something like that.
Chromis.
There you
Take
go. You said it, Chewy.
take permanent marker and just write the names on the side of the tank.
Yeah.
That's what we do. But she didn't do it this time.
Usually it's everywhere on his tanks. The plants
Yeah,
and
mostly she does this for me, Rockford, for the plants. So I'll
okay.
learn the plants.
see that right there? That's usually what he has.
Yeah, my wife does, like, here's the scientific name for these.
Yeah.
And then there's the common name. She does that for me. So I,
Also soft water.
I was
yeah,
doing
these
that
guys
for a
are
while.
awesome.
Yeah.
What I did was I switched to an
Zebra
old
Cara.
60s.
Yeah, there's some cichlids that live in Rift Valley lakes in Africa that are not like the common Rift Valley lakes, that even have more brackish water and higher temperatures, and you hardly ever see a lot of those type of cichlids in the hobby.
So I got a question for Chewy. He seems to know a lot
Okay,
about
Jay, change it back. You don't need to see my ugly mug.
Well, I'm coming. I'm filling up tanks. I had to walk back over.
Chewy. What type of Tanganyikan fish would be able to go with my Neolamprolagus pulchers that would not distract from seeing, because the daffodils are the fish in the tank. That's what I want. I just want to put something else with them though.
The angel fairy-ish cichlid, as it is known, is one of the most nastiest Lamprologus for its size. You would have to go to a bigger fish,
Really?
like a featherfin.
Okay. I think my fish didn't read that book because,
Brichardi are nasty.
well, these are pulchers, not Bashardi.
I know, but they're a part of the same group.
Okay.
They
I
have
just thought that would make a
the
difference.
same characteristic. They are just as nasty. I have seen them kept with Lelupri, the yellow
Which
one.
I have. That's what I have them with right now. Lelupis, I call them.
But when they're spawning, and if they don't have enough territory, they're going to really tear them apart.
The other thing I would put with them, I've got these from Lake Victoria that go with them well. I don't know if you guys could see those guys back there. And then the Trets go with them. Where is there a Tret in here? They almost look like a
that.
I prefer the Julies, but they're a little bit less temperamental than the Lamprologus types.
Daniken, what size tank is that?
That's a 72-gallon bow front.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a bigger tank.
Yeah. I got them in a 55.
Yeah.
And they've already had one batch of babies. I think another one's going to be going soon. She's quite fat. But I've had no loss or anything in that tank.
It's all got to do with tank size and area, right? You know, like when you think about it, you know, like this is from old Ad Conning's books, okay? The guy who writes a lot about Malawi. He basically said that one male Mbuna has got a sand pit of 150 feet. That's his territory in nature.
Damn.
We tried to squeeze it into a glass box.
Well, I read that the poulters and the Bacardi form nuclear families, and they'll all take care of each other.
Yeah,
Okay, so that is correct that I read.
that is correct. But the thing is smaller fish around a Brochardi tend to get kicked on if they're not part of that group.
Okay, I'll just leave them in the with themselves then. What kind of pleco would you put with those? Because I tried a bristle nose and that didn't work. It was gone.
I don't keep any South American plecos with African siblings.
Okay, what would be
Oh,
some
thank you.
algae or like a pleco type fish?
I have always used Labiotrophius philiborni.
Oh, Philiborn. Okay.
They are an algae grazer from Malawi.
I don't know if I want to do that though. I don't want to mix the Malawi with the Tanganikans, especially since it took me so long to get these.
There are algae-eating species in the lake, but they're not like your typical group of fish, and they're rather expensive. You're wanting to look for a fish that grazes on rocks.
I guess I might have to upgrade the filter to an actual power filter with charcoal then.
Let's see here.
It's just like not every pleco eats algae either, right?
True.
Common pleco's a meat eater, man.
Yep.
They are.
Oh, maybe I'll put the common pleco in with it.
I keep green phantoms with mine and candy cane and clown plecos, and I haven't had any issue.
Yeah, I need a something big. Maybe I'll go with a royal.
Go get yourself an Adonis.
What is it?
Get yourself an Adonis.
Adonis. Is that A or O?
A. Adonis. It's the world's largest pleco. It gets 3 foot plus, and it's white with white polka dots, and it has the real where you got to handle it with the gloves because they have all the lines all over them.
I've kept royals with my Africans as well there, Rockford.
They're primarily more wood-based, though. They need driftwood in their tank.
Yes, they are driftwood eaters, so.
I don't mind throwing a piece of driftwood in the tank.
They're
I mean,
more
that is something you might find in nature.
an algae-eating form of fish.
Yeah, he won't eat your algae, though. They'll eat just wood.
Oh, true. I just need some like a cleanup crew that would be able to deal with the cichlids.
Snails.
Snails.
I hate snails,
Snails.
and they eat them.
Are you wanting them to do algae cleanup or cleanup of the other stuff?
Algae. I gravel vac every week,
Yeah.
but it's the algae growing. I'm getting that hair algae because it's just the algae is getting.
Wait, what fish is it? Why don't you try one of those? If you could find a larger Siamese algae eater,
Maybe
because
because
they're
they're cheap.
they tend to be more aggressive as they get bigger, and it might work out. I'm not saying it will. It might.
They do have a attachment for fish slime as they get
Yes,
older.
they do. They do have a very good attachment for fish slime. They will eat the slime coat right off your. That's why I'm saying they get aggressive when they get bigger. So it might.
Oh yeah, I've seen them do a discus before.
Yeah, they'll kill your fish real quick by just eating them
I
alive.
think they do angelfish.
But with them type of fish, it might work out.
I don't know. Like I said, I just need something that's obviously bigger than a bristle nose because the bristle nose didn't last. I saw them for 2 days and that was it.
Yeah. It's sort of like trying to keep plecos with a breeding pair of Oscars.
Exactly.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah. Sometimes at that point, you got to be that algae eater.
Well, it looks like I'm upgrading the filter then
Yeah.
because that'll because all I do is run sponges. On that tank, I'll throw a power filter on it with carbon. That'll help some, or it should.
And you're just dealing with hair algae? Is that what you're dealing with?
Yeah.
How bad is it? Is it really, 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 really bad?
It's about an inch long now on the back and stuff. And it gets on the rocks, and you can't razor
do
blade the rocks.
When you do a water change, how much of that hair algae is exposed?
I do
Yeah.
50% water changes.
So you could probably go and get one of those bottles of hydrogen peroxide, the spray bottle, and spray what's outside of the water. And then when you refill it, all that stuff will start turning red and die off, and your fish will eat it.
Well, yeah, but won't spraying that much kill the fish in the tank?
Negative.
Okay.
As long as you're just spraying, you don't put too much. You just spray what's exposed. Just give it all a light mist, and it'll help control it at least.
Okay. Yeah, because the water that I'm using, I have well water. And out of the tap, 40 parts per million of nitrate.
Yeah. So you're just feeding your stuff. So yeah, because you can even look it up online. I'm not 100%, but there's ways, or there's actual things where dosing your tank for hair algae, black beard algae with hydrogen peroxide.
And this is for your culture tank?
Pulcher and the Jules and Mangano tank. It's both tanks.
Well, that's sort of, if it was just a pulcher tank, I would say plant it.
The Pulchers can deal with plants?
Yes.
Really? Because I looked up
I
pictures
take Ecans with Valsneria all the time.
well, I looked up pictures of Lake Tanganyika, which is where they're from, and it's literally just nothing but rock. I saw no plant whatsoever.
Valsneria lives in Lake Malawi, Lake Victoria, and Lake Tanganyika.
Well, now I'm really pissed that I did sand in that tank.
Rockford, you were just looking at my tank and Ethan tank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Species
there's plants
that
everywhere.
live in those lakes.
Rockford, look.
Oh yeah.
There's plants everywhere in here, man. They don't mess with
Thank you, Danny. Good.
Well, you know what this means.
Yes.
Yep.
I got to go plant shopping.
Yeah.
Time to go get some plants.
Luckily, I have
Out of the tank.
at a
The
pet
girls
shop.
will dig them up.
And don't think I'm the one that was responsible for those plants. Of course, that was Danny's doing.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm starting to get. I'm even going to experiment and start putting them in the other African tanks in my South American tanks now, because plants are an important part of a healthy fish environment.
I've tried putting plants in that tank. It don't work. It don't work. This one, it don't work.
Have you tried the jungle valve?
No, I haven't tried the jungle valve yet.
I've been experimenting. It seems to be working, Big J.
Really, I'll have to try to get some of that and try to put it in there. But everything else, they like playing tug of war with it.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't do well with it. I haven't had luck with the Anubias or the.
Yeah, I tried the Nubius in there because the Nubius worked well with like the Pollini and the Dwarf Oscar and those would. But once I put it in that big tank, they're constantly rearranging this soil. I don't know.
Would also work.
What did you say, Chewy?
Java Firm would also work.
Java Firm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep that. I have that in with my.
Like
I have a bunch of that. I should try some of that. I got a bunch of wood in there. I could glue it on some of the wood.
Java Firm because it's prickly, eh?
True.
Hey, Jessica, how are you?
And it'd probably grow really good with cichlids too, since it's more of a filter feeder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. You know what? I'm gonna try a piece. I'm gonna go grab. I have some babies that have been branching off on this one Java Fern in my other tank. I'm gonna go grab a couple pieces and grab some of my gel super glue and stick it right on that big piece of wood right in the middle. See how it works out.
Java Fern, Dulcineria, and the other one that Kenny mentioned. Those are the three standards for cichlid keepers.
Nice.
Those are the three standards that I learned growing up.
Yeah. Well, I've been successful with Anubias in multiple with cichlids before. They have like bit it and moved it, but they didn't seem to shred it.
I'm going to be moving plants later today.
Rockford's like, I got a plan now.
Yeah. Because I don't know what type of plant they are, but they grow like weeds. They're a nice looking plant. It's a stock plant. And I keep having to cut them and spread them out through the tank. Well, I'm going to pull some of those and put them into the daffodil tank and see how they do.
Hey, it's worth a try.
Hey, Rockford.
Yep.
If you want your mind blown, watch the video I did on Father Fish's place. He's got all kinds of Africans and different cichlids in with these heavily planted tanks and doesn't have an issue.
Yeah.
He's the one that opened my eyes to it. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at these tanks with Mbuna species in them, and the plants are perfect shape.
What I like doing is actually getting like I've got plants with Mbunas, which are gnome pit diggers, right? And I was taught a few tricks, right, about how to do that. And one of the big tricks is trying to get these people that are plant people to keep an African cichlid tank with plants. Not too many of them ever think of that idea.
See, I had Aratus and Chipoki. I want to say they were Chipokis. I might be saying it wrong. They were the yellow with the black stripes, and then they turned into the black with white stripe when they become
I know the fish you're talking
dominant
about.
males. I tried plants with them. They just tore the hell out of it. I ended up going with fake plants, which is what I usually do in my cichlid tanks.
What they'll do
How's it going?
is first dig it up, then start tearing it apart. If they can't dig it up, they aren't going to tear it apart. So prevent them from digging it up. Larger gravel around the root systems.
Yeah, see, that's going to be probably just sand right now. But I had big gravel, and they didn't pull it out of the ground. They just ate it out of the
gravel. Sort of like the same idea as an under gravel filter. The under gravel filter is a tray, but it's upside down. Put it right side up.
Was that? Okay, didn't think so.
Works like a charm. Cichlids only can move what they can put in their mouth.
Big J, I meant to ask you, how's your hours looking, bro?
I'm still need about 1,000.
So everybody in here, if y'all hit Big J's playlist tonight when you're going to bed.
Yep, there's two. I got two different playlists. One's just a bunch of videos, and one's a bunch of my live streams. So, if you want to help me out with some hours, go ahead and run those so we could get this.
The only thing I will tell you though, when you're doing it, YouTube is now caught on, and they kick you off after about an hour. They'll ask you if you're still watching, so you got to kind of pay attention.
Ah,
I ran yours the other night, and I got up the next morning. There was this message: we discontinued because you didn't answer, or something. It said.
oh, so that's well. I did notice that YouTube did just do an update because the whole platform's different now. From your phone, from the phones and stuff. I don't know if anybody else got that little update. Like the notifications are up high now, and
Well, the other thing they did too, it's mandatory now. You have a 2-step login process now
yep,
for your security, trying to protect your channel.
yep.
When you make videos.
I just have a password on the computer.
Well, if you ever go out and try to go back in, they're gonna make you go through a 2-step process. That was effective as of yesterday.
Oh wow.
That's kind of weird because I never set up any 2-step process. So how'd that work?
You better go in. There's a message up at the top. You're gonna have to go in, and then they send you a code to your phone and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I haven't done that part yet, but when it comes to it, that's no problem because I'm used to it because I just had to reset all my stuff not that long ago because I forgot my password to something because I thought I changed everything to the same thing. So I went through and reset everything to make sure everything was the same password.
I would just tell them, I'm sorry, for you to have my phone number will cost you $1,000. All they want to do is get it so they can sell it.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring up those passwords, Big J. I had a log that I was keeping all my passwords in, and I can't remember where the hell I put the log. I hid it so I wouldn't forget where it was at, and I forgot where it's at now.
No, that's good. That's good stuff right there.
That's what getting old does to you, man.
Next time you need to just put it on a magnet on a fish tank.
Yeah, I guess.
When you do a cheat list, you put it in a drawer in the desk that your computer is at. I just have a sheet of paper underneath.
Rainer, you asked, does anyone have a tip on how to attach a mushroom coral to a stone? You're gonna have to get super glue, but super glue, gel super glue.
Start talking that song where I am clueless.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll show you.
Do you keep salt water, Chewy?
I did when I was really young.
Yeah, I haven't done it since I was in Hawaii. I did it in Hawaii, and I haven't done it since I've been in Oregon. There's times I think about doing it. I mean, when I used to watch Kaler's channel, he's got some gorgeous salt water.
That's what I use. It's a gel super glue. It's for corals, but you could go to Dollar General for $1 and get the two little things of gel-based super glue. You just got to use a lot of it, and you just got to be careful. Just try to use it on the base of the mushroom, and don't put, but the only thing though is mushrooms do walk. They have their own foot and they walk around. So if it doesn't like where it's at, it's still going to move, but hopefully it'll stay attached. But it's just easy. You just super glue it with gel glue so you have time. The best way to do it is pull the mushroom out, put a little bit of super glue on the base of it, and go straight to where you're going and just hold it there.
Welcome back, Jesse.
Yeah, I had 3 spot damsels when I was young.
Yeah, and what Chevy Fish is saying too, if you could do that, if you could put the mushroom on a rock in an area that has like no flow, and for a couple hours, it should connect. It should put its foot down in the rock. Let's see, almost done. Hey, look at that! I'm almost done with water changes.
Rub it in.
I still got to do. Actually, no, I don't got a water change. I just got to top off a couple tank, or I got to top off the pond. That's going to take like 3 hours. It's low, but then again, I've been thinking about not doing it quite yet because it's cold. You know, it's been getting cold at night. I was thinking about leaving the water level down and then just throwing the heaters in there here soon in a couple days because it's going to drop like to 47 degrees next Monday. The tiger, you know, what's funny though is out of all those catfish, the tiger shovelnose seems to like the cold water more. He's more active when it's cold.
Well, I know they were active when I was in that sucker.
Yeah. Especially that one that nailed you in the back of the leg.
Yeah, he whacked me good, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniken, I'll rub it in even more. The most water changes I do a day is 55 gallons.
Yeah, I wish I had those days, man. But you know what? I don't. Water changes really don't like. It don't bother me. You're just sitting there, and most of the time I'm just like Big J's doing. I'm bullshit with people on YouTube or listening to a stream, but the only part I can say I truly hate is the algae off the glass part. I hate that the worst than anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. See, I don't mind water changes so much that I do water changes here because I have all these tanks, and when I go to work, I do water changes there.
I do water changes every day, 7 days
I
a week.
do a water change almost every day, not only on my tanks, on work tanks and customer tanks too, because an hour prior, because I open up the store at 11 o'clock, but I leave here most days at 9 o'clock because I have businesses I go to that I go and I service their tanks. Like tomorrow morning, it's a company. It's called HP Sears. It's a debt collection service where I go and there's a big tank in the guy's office and I go and clean his tank.
well, that's a competition debt collecting, huh?
Yeah, it's a debt collecting office.
I used to work for a place called Living Sea Aquarium that did the same thing. We serviced this tank
Here, go turn the water off.
in, I want to think it was the Nintendo building in Chicago. And the very top floor is where this tank is. The floor is unfinished. They never even finished the building. But the fish tank is in there. We had to put on scuba gear because it was that big.
Yeah, today's an easy day, man. I got a 75 and a couple of 55s are the biggest, and the rest are 20s. I'll be done in a couple hours on that, if not faster.
I did the 2 hard ones the day before yesterday. I did a big cleaning and water changes on both of my saltwater tanks, and I had 5 gallons of salt water already pre-mixed, and then I had to mix the other 5 gallons to do the other water change. And in this one tank, the one tank that's in the garage is the one that's like kind of right over there. That had so much hair algae on the back wall. It looked like I had a hair monster growing because it was waving and it was long, like pieces like that big. So I had to scrape all that off and get all the algae out of there. It was just
on the back walls, I'll usually leave it because algae in some sense it's actually a good thing for the fish.
Yes.
So I do try to keep the back wall, at least some algae in the tank.
And yes, I do too. But when it's starting to grow and it's that long and it has its own flow, when it's got a good flow going and like pieces are like that long, I just went and I scraped it off to let it regrow again. But yes, I'm not one to clean any wall other than the front glass of my tanks unless it's my 120, because I look at it through three sides. But if it's most of my tanks, it's just got one side, I just clean the front glass. I don't clean the sides because it helps with reflection so you can see better. I don't know, that's just me. But yeah. But my saltwater tank, when it was getting bad, so I had to scrape a little bit of that off. And then there was a lot of algae just growing. I had to get in there and rip out before I did the siphon, because that algae that grows on the live rock, that hair stuff, it's on there.
Algae is actually good for the environment.
Oh yeah, very much so. I love it, but
For cyanobacteria algae.
yeah, it was just I had a little chunk of that one that's not good for saltwater tank, that red bubbly stuff. I had a patch of that.
Cyanobacteria.
Yeah, I had a patch of that growing. I had to rip all that out and pull that rock out. I gave that rock a little bit of a wipe down outside of the tank to get as much of the pores out, but that stuff will just grow right back.
John, I've never sat and actually thought about how much water I change a week. I don't think I'm going to ever add that up, or it might crap me out on the whole deal. I don't even want to know how much water I'm changing a week.
I don't either.
See, that's why you don't on well water. You don't pay for water.
I'm on city water. I don't pay for water either. My landlord pays for water. I don't.
I just wrote a check for $262.
Ouch.
Dig a well. In the long run, it'll save you money.
Yeah, but if Daniken dug a well, he would have it empty in a week by just one 1 week's of water changes.
Yeah.
Have you seen the shapes of our glaciers in North America? Water is
I know we're losing a lot of them every day, Chewy.
Harder to come by.
Yeah, I heard it's
our water systems are getting softer instead of harder.
All I know is my well, the where I get my water connects to the Gulf of Mexico.
I don't know where mine comes from.
They had a bunch of businesses dumping waste into the wells.
What's up, 44 Mag guy?
So the I don't know, whoever, the government came in and put dye into the well, and the dye came out in the Gulf of Mexico.
Nice. John says he normally changes 200 gallons a week. 6 tanks, 100, a 90, a 60, a 55, a 20, a 10, all in the house. When I do a water change on my pond, I do more water than that in one water change.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to add this up now.
I don't want to add.
Man, you guys going to make me add now this early in the morning?
Okay, so that
All right.
Gallons. That was 20.
So 75 and 75 is 150. 55, 55. What is that? So there's a 135, 135, 120, 120, 55, 55. That's just this row. There's 20 gallon, 75, 20, 255, 75. I can't add all of it up, John. That's just upstairs so far. I would guess, if I was to take a wild guess, I'm probably changing 1,000 to 1,500 gallons a week.
I'm at roughly 235 gallons a week. Oh, wait, no, that's not upstairs. 2015. Oh.
You had to guess how much water you think you change gallons. You don't even want to add it up.
Sorry, 265. Yeah, 265 a week.
Danny says she don't know either. She says she don't even want to try to add it up.
I didn't. My calculator did. Those numbers are too big for me in my brain.
Using a Python, Danny?
What's that?
Are you using a Python? To
I
help
just- Okay, just right now in this stream, I dumped 280 gallons of water on the ground.
You could have fought a forest fire with that.
That's how much water. That's what I just water changed right now. That's just in the garage. That's
Hold on,
not
Dibby.
that's not counting the salt water tanks that I did the other day. That's not counting what I need to do with the 500 gallon pump. No. That's just this garage.
I'm going to call California and tell them to come to your house on water change day so they can load up some fire trucks.
Hey, Chewy, what was
Right?
the name of that? Danny's sitting here with me. What was the name of that website for the guppies you were telling me?
It's on Facebook. It's the Philippine Guppy Club from Dabo.
Philippine Guppy Club from Davo.
Dabo. DAVAO.
DAVAO.
Oh yeah.
Like
And to John, it all goes out to right here, and I feed plants with it.
all of the United States have got several clubs. It's the same way in the Philippines. This is in a different city than the club I belong to.
Oh, sweet. My channel.
That's something I know about it.
DAVAO.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yes, sir.
Chewy. It's going to cost me some more money now.
There's some pretty lovely guppies, man.
My albino channel cat must have enjoyed that water change. Turn around, he was out swimming. The new guy.
Breeders do over in Asia. They do some amazing art with guppies. To them, it's an art.
What's going on there, Derek, in Big Hank Tank?
It took me to a Facebook site.
That's probably what he's talking about.
Old McDonald had a fish farm. That was funny. Yeah. That's what I do with all my water. I don't let it go to waste. At least I dump it right out here. I have a pepper plant that I feed tomato plants, some other plants, and some other stuff, and other stuff. And yeah. Some plants are there.
Well, it doesn't all go to waste. Your big dog drinks it too.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure out somewhere to reroute the water though, because most of the plants that I've been watering with are all gone now. You know, it's that time of season where all the plants are dying off, so I'm gonna have to get some winter plants growing.
Oh hell, let it go into the backyard grass.
I was thinking about doing that and just actually taking the siphon further and letting it flood out to the side more of the bit where what I call the dog's yard, and give them some grass. But then they might come in all muddy.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. They probably would.
Especially that big old one. He's just a big silly
He'd be out
sap.
there rolling in it.
Yeah. In the Philippines, they have a lot of different tropical fish. Just interesting. It's awesome. I'm all done in here. I don't know what to do now. I know what to do. I'm gonna set up that tank, and I'm gonna bring in all those koi swordtails into the fish room, so I can look at them.
Those would be cool looking, I bet.
Yeah, and I got to go through because I got a couple people wanting some of them. If I'm not mistaken, Chevy Fish and Darlene Tanks chose those guys in my giveaway. So I got to go through and see what I got. And yeah, I got this. I think I'm gonna just use this 29 and not move the pollen eye. Just set it up in the 29. Just do like a bare bottom with a whole bunch of plants, though.
I don't think your Pollini would have a problem in that tank, Big J.
Well, it's not the Pollini. I'm more concerned about the Beischer. But I think the Beischer will hold his own because, I mean, if he's living with a Pollini.
I've seen Beischers in all kinds of South American tanks.
I've seen Beischers with big, giant snakeheads.
Right? I know. I think I'm just overthinking it. I know it should, or I know it'll work out. I might just do it and just see how it works out. I'm here all day. So, I mean, worst case scenario.
You move them again.
I'll have to go fishing. Yes, me. Koi sword.
I think you'll be fine. I really do.
Because I would prefer to just move those koi swordtails into that 50-gallon tank because they'll get, and then I think that Pollini would do well in there, and he'd look real pretty too. I don't know. I might do that instead of setting up a tank. I'm just overthinking it all. You know how we do when we move fish around.
So when are you going to get your native fish there, Kenny?
Nice gas mask. Show off our new. She's on her way out. See her new little.
Oh,
look at that. You got the Daniken face mask.
Yep. See you later. I'll be back.
Yeah, Daniken, when are you going to get your native fish?
Yeah, when are you going to get your native fish?
I had a native tank up for years, and she hated them. I had perch in there. I had bluegill. I had crappie. I had smallmouth and largemouth bass.
Oh, that would be so. That you should do that again. That would be so cool. Lego tanks.
Sticklebacks.
Oh, the stickleback I'll have. My buddy and I were just talking about. I think we're going to go down and try to catch some in about 2 weeks. We have to go to the coast to get them.
That guy's all out right now. He's awesome looking.
You know who has those in his stream right on his property is Peplin Creek Aquatics. I wish I had more time when I was on my trip. I would have loved to went collecting for those. What are we looking at, Big J?
That's the albino channel cat.
Oh, nice.
In with the baby Pollini.
I know where he'll end up one day.
Yep.
I kept those in Hawaii as well. They're pretty cool fish. They get big.
A food fish that's farmed.
That tank is filthy.
Have you ever thought of doing anything in aquaponics in that way? Kenny?
Food fish?
Yeah.
No. Once they become where I'm looking at them every day, Chewy, it's hard to look at them as a food source. You know what I mean?
Well, I eat a lot of tilapia, right? So, that's how I think of it.
I thought about raising tilapia to feed to my fish.
If I want to eat a fish, I just go out. I've got one of the best walleye fisheries in the nation here, so I'll just go out and catch a couple walleye and have a good old dinner.
Are they native down there?
They're not native, but they were introduced back in the late 80s, early 90s. And
yes,
now the
same problem.
Jesse said,
Columbia, right?
H. Thiago says he doesn't look at his tilapia.
You're on the Columbia?
Yeah, I'm right off the Columbia, and they're also in the Willamette.
Yeah, we have the same problem.
They're trying now. They want to try to eradicate them. They're saying because walleye are not damaging the native species. I don't believe.
I believe that they would eat some of the smaller native trout species.
That's what they're fearful. They don't understand. Walleye are lazy fish. They're just going to sit at the bottom and suck whatever happens to go by.
But
They
we've
might get a
also
couple.
got pike in the upper Columbia as well, which will eat trout.
We got what?
We also have pike up here in the upper Columbia as well. And
Yeah,
they
we
will-
had those here. They introduced tiger muskie, but then they stopped it immediately and tried to. I've heard rumors of them catching them in the lower Willamette, but I've never seen or hooked one myself yet. So I don't think there's that many of them out there.
Pike are mean.
Our government offers $10 a head on both.
$10 a head on pike?
Yep. We want them.
The only thing they give us a bounty on here are the pike minnows. Squaw fish, we used to call them, but they changed the name because it wasn't politically correct.
Pike minnows?
They're,
Are those
called
those
pike
big
minnows.
like suckerfish looking minnows?
yeah, they're not. They don't have a sucker. That's a pea mouth, is what you're referring to. No, a squaw fish actually is a predatory type fish. It's got a
Okay.
big set of jaws on them.
Because out here they have this what they call it like a sucker faced minnow. They get really large. They get like this large, but they look just like a minnow. They have the same thing, but their mouth's on the bottom. They have it's like a sucker fish mouth.
Yeah, we have those here. We call them pea mouths. Those.
Hello, big city betas. How are you?
How you doing, Amber?
Yeah, you don't have to be big to create
Changes.
problems in a system. You know, like there was a
Well,
fish.
The
in
thing
our-
that cracks me up, Chewy, is they're concerned about the walleye, but the Columbia is overpopulated with smallmouth bass. I do believe a smallmouth bass would do some damage to the coho and the salmon runs.
Oh,
They'll
yeah,
eat some smoke.
Oh yeah.
yeah, pike.
Yeah, northerns will do some damage too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm
But the
just gonna,
Columbia's got so many non-native species in it now. They got channel cat in there. They've got all kinds of different cats. The catfish will do damage too, really.
Yeah. But you
So
don't
if you're
have
going to start eradicating stuff, I mean, where do you begin, right?
you don't begin. You don't think of the little fish causing damage, but in the case of our native tropical fish that was out of Banff that went extinct due to the introduction of guppies and gambusia.
Well, I've heard of gambusia causing problems.
Guppies do too.
I made the decision.
What that native fish eats and outcompetes it.
Nice.
It's sort of like mice and shrimp and baby salmon. Mice and shrimp outcompete baby salmon in Lake in the Okanagan Lake, the coho salmons, I believe, and all of the trout species.
Yeah, we used to have great runs of sea run cutthroat here that are no longer.
Yeah,
You can still get them in some of the rivers down by the coast, but you can't. You used to be able to get them in the Willamette here. Even you can't even get them anymore.
the grayling is going basically extinct, or Arctic grayling. It's
Well,
heading
Big J, what's the verdict?
See how it works out.
to Alaska to get it.
I did it. I put the Beischer and the Polleneye in the 120.
I'm sure the Cichlids will start doing the pecking order. They'll probably make sure he understands who's boss originally.
The Polleneye's sitting right in the middle of everybody. Just like what? It's like he's been staring at that tank talking to him for a while.
Now he's in there.
He looks really nice in there, though. No one's messing with him.
But invasive species is not the only problem of the Columbia.
Worried about that.
Well, the biggest problem is the Trojan power plant. That's one of the big problems.
Yeah, the dams caused the issue with the sturgeon.
I will say Oregon and Washington are good about the sturgeon. They've put strict rules on them finally.
Yeah.
Cool. Now I could go after this stream. I'm going to start draining, taking buckets and getting all those swordtails, put them in that 55 or 50 tall and let those grow out in there.
It's the same up here in Canada. In the
I tell you, I've had the privilege of hooking into some of them oversized sturgeon. That is a blast.
Yeah.
I used to catch those, well, but those are different. I think different kind of sturgeons. See him, Dan, again?
Nice. You're a man if you could reel in more than one of those a day. You're a man. I'm talking something that's over 12 footers.
Hey, he's chilling.
Yeah, they're not even going to mess with them. It don't look like Big J.
Nope. He's just chilling there. They're all doing their usual.
Well, the thing you got going in that tank too is you got so many different species of cichlid in there, so they can spread the aggression around.
That's my goal. I have a lot of the big ones and some medium ones. Just spread out that aggression. I'm kind of treating it like how some of us do the well, if you look at a lot of the larger tanks with the larger South Americans, more heavily populated or congested, the better off they do. Kind of like with the Africans and the African cichlids and stuff like that. Works well both ways. I got that well over filtered, and I do 50% water changes every week. So I got plenty of fish packed in there. And
do you know who introduced the pike into the river and the walleye? Do you know who?
I think the walleye were introduced by the state of Oregon, and the pike were introduced by the state of Washington.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Does anyone know when the dollar per gallon sale ends?
The 29th.
29th? Okay, thank you.
Rockford's planning.
Oh, pecking order's starting right now.
Oh my goodness! See, Rockford, now you caused me some grief. Danny's ears just opened wide open just now. She peeked around the corner at me. Somebody say 29.
Yeah, Danny, that's going on. It ends at 29th. Go get those tanks. Go get all those guppy tanks, all those 10 gallons.
I'm sorry, Danikin. What did you say?
I said, now you got Danny's ears all perked up in there.
Oh, because she wants more tanks?
She always wants more tanks, man.
Well, that's good, because if you're not looking for a tank, you must be dead.
Danikin, how much more room do you have for tanks?
Thanks, guys. Did you hear? She goes, Kenny, $1 per gallon sale.
Yeah, it's going on right now. It's only lasting until the 29th of this month.
Just your question, Big J. Once we get the studio downstairs built, all the big boy tanks will go in there on stands, and then I can do real stands in the room that they come out of, and we should be able to. I'm pretty sure when we're done, we'll have 120 to 130 tanks.
Nice. Oh, the Beischer's out and about now too.
But that's going to entail getting each room heated on its own with all air sponge filters and nothing else, where I can keep the electric down. He'll probably rule the tank by the time you're done, Big J.
I don't think they like that Beischer. Right.
Yeah.
There's plenty of space for him to hide. He'll be fine. Oh, yeah, he probably will. Well, I don't
What's
know,
going on, Daniel?
because the two that he's scared of right now, the Paul and I, he's scared of. the line or the red terror and the flower horn. The flower horn and the red terror keep punking him, but he'll be fine. Yes, Big J, I'm so happy to get some of those. Yeah, I'm excited for you to get some of them. That way, it spreads spreads them around. You know who don't like that the Beischer? The butter Kofi, I don't like them. But I don't think they could do anything too bad to him. I don't think he likes that tank.
Well, look at him, Big J. He is all flared up, dude.
Sorry to interrupt again. How big is a 75?
How big is the 75?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, don't you
Dimension.
cop attitude towards me, dude.
Length and depth.
my 75 is the same as, but I have a 75 high. I have one of the shows. It's the same dimensions
Oh,
as
okay.
a 55, just taller.
Okay, because I'm thinking it's deep. I'm thinking it's maybe 18 inches. I was thinking either 18 or 24.
Yeah, I'm not 100%. That is beautiful fish right there.
That is. I'm gonna come steal it.
She's so chill, but man, he is flared up, telling me what the business is. Get out of here. That's what he was doing to everybody in the tank. If I put my
Yeah.
finger in here, I guarantee you he'd go at it right now. Come here. You want a piece of that, huh?
He calmed down.
Yeah, he is flared. I'm going to probably rearrange the tank a little bit for him here. Because he is starting to get a little... I think I'll have some pollen eye eggs here by the... Oh, you got me to say it, Big J.
What's that?
I said, you got me to say pollen eye.
That's not the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
That was not the first time. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm going to probably do a live stream from the Bonneville Dam here soon, Chewy. I'll give it about another month and let the salmon really start running. I'll go up there and show everybody what they got up there. They got this cool fish ladder that they've made fish tanks in, where you can actually it looks like a fish tank for the river, so you can see all these fish swimming up through there.
Yeah, Rockford Chris John gave some dimensions of I'm guessing a 75, saying it's 48 by 18 by 21.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. Go figure. Might be going for a 75 and not a 40 gallon. I don't know.
Well, the only problem with anything over the 40 gallon, I don't think they let you have for $1 a gallon, though.
Yeah, no, but they're still on sale. The 75 gallon is $99 right now.
That's a good deal.
Hybrids coming up the river system into the Columbia,
Hey, hat trick.
or are we a little bit too soon?
What'd you say? I didn't hear it, Chewy.
Well, about a couple of years ago, there was a big accident on the side of fish farming the Atlantic salmon.
Right.
They figured around 300,000 salmon were in that pen. They don't know how many got out, and it was not released to the media or to any sources. But people have been catching hybrids in the ocean. Are they making them up the river system yet, or what?
I haven't personally caught one, and I haven't heard of it yet. So what are they breeding with? The coho or the Chinook?
The whole salmon population is capable of hybridizing.
No
Wow.
kidding. Well, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Then I wonder why the coho and the Chinook haven't been hibernizing.
Is that what they're doing? Because I heard that the salmon population is going to be
That's
getting.
because they go up different river systems at different times.
Is that what it is?
Yes. Yes. Like we've got some rare salmon species over in Japan as well, and I'm really concerned about them as well. Like some of our salmon species can easily be affected by this, and it's stupid. Why didn't they keep the pens over in? Come in.
Real quick, thank you, Chevy Fish, for the date of the 21st.
Why didn't they keep the farming in the Atlantic? It's an Atlantic salmon. This has got nothing to do with us as an aquarium
Oh,
people because we're barely allowed to keep trout, which are related to farming.
How you doing, Joey? Good to see you.
It's a big issue. It's like, and we've got salmon eating whale species, an orca off of our west coast. How are they going to get affected?
Well, the other thing that really eats the salmon populations are those sea lions.
Yeah.
This is the first year that the state of Oregon is authorizing for them to start being, the ones that are habitual going to the dams are going to start shooting them, I guess.
Yeah. It's a vicious balance of nature that's playing out in front of our faces, people. It's scary. A lot of these animals only live in natural parks where they're protected.
Well, Big J, I'm going to probably have to hop down. I got 3%, bro.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to end this here in a second. Anyways, we're already at 2.5 hours almost. So I just kept it going because we had some good conversations going on.
Yep. Hey, Rockford and Chewy, it was good to be up here with you guys for a change, man.
Thanks, Kenny.
Thanks, Dan, again for coming up.
Peace down, boy.
Have a good one.
Yeah. I am gonna go ahead and end this now. I gotta run a couple errands. Do a couple.
Alrighty. Have a good one.
Yep. Thanks for coming up, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks, Chewy, Rockford, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks, everyone, for coming up. And if you didn't hit that thumbs up on your way out, please do. And we'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.